All right, continuing with my finishes. Pretty much 2 faces down. A little bit more of the shadow underneath here. Barely any definition, but a little definition to his bow tie. Remember, working at low opacity, kind of working between those, and then sharpening the bottom, cutting out. All right. So what's next? Now we've got the tricky part of the wedding dress. And how much do I want to show that? I'm not going to use her arm coming around. That's going to look weird. And I've repositioned all of that. So I'm kind of going to have them all kind of floating as vignettes. But how much do I do of this jacket? That same sort of finish. So I might want to find kind of a way of transitioning, and that I might do with a larger brush. Kind of softly biting away, right? Something like that. Again, like blending pastel. But now I'm going to be focusing on the father, getting him to the same level of finish. It's nice to have that navigator on so I can see the other finishes I've done. And this is where I've turned his head a little bit, so I get to be a little bit more interpretive here as I paint. I'm going to go ahead and start with this big brush, low opacity, get some of the highlights. Blending in between some of these existing colors, steal some from other ones I've done. So is that 42% opacity? I'll switch to a slightly smaller brush. Whatever feels appropriate to the task. When in doubt, for shadow colors, going to the reds is pretty helpful. And working between them. Now the key to doing flattering caricatures, as I'm attempting to here, is not to over-exaggerate signs of age, but to notice the differences. You know, you don't see the folds around his eyes as much because there's a lot more crinkles. So that remains softer. And I'm not going to define every little break in his skin, but I am going to do it with value shapes. So otherwise, he's going to look made up or so. Like he has makeup on, not like he's fictional. He has darker eyebrows, slightly different coloring than his boys, but you can throw a lot of those same colors in there. again, I'm looking at the navigator, kind of seeing how to finish it off. Not letting it all get too generic too, like too simple. Using dark values when I need to. Cut into it. Show a little bit of his ear from the side there. Define the difference. I think I'm going to lessen that size jitter so I feel I have a little bit more control based on how hard I press. If you feel you have to do a little bit more sculpting, kind of rendering, then you go to a slightly higher opacity to shape that ear. He feels like he's looking a little bit off to the side, so I'm going to change that by moving the highlight in his eye a little over to the left. So it looks more like he's kind of looking in our direction. Eyes are very subtle, so you don't want to overdo them. Because then we will focus on the wrong thing. Let's get that navigator turned back on. See what it looks like from a distance. Yeah, that's coming together. His lips. And it's all about the values and the shadows. It's about the placement of things, not the details. So I don't need to draw each tooth. But I do want to suggest the width of his lips. Throw a weird color in there just to give me something else to work with. Get back to a slightly lower opacity, slightly bigger brush. Now that I'm out of the eyes, be a little more general, especially at softening. cut out his eyebrows. Then find these areas that are really kind of open and break them up with different values as needed. Each face is a new challenge, but the more practice you get, especially within the same period, so you're all warmed up, the better it will go. Let's do this ear. How to define it without a dark shape. Just very subtle outlining. Some color into it. His hair, being such a short cropping of hair, it's almost more like sponge painting. Lots of dapping it or stippling with it. What word do you want to use? So it's nice to have this textured brush. I'm relying a lot on the navigator just to see what these values look like from a distance, what those shapes look like from a distance. Trying to bring everything up to the same finish. Right, and now his shirt and his neckline.